Hello. We are live. What's up, everyone? How was your week? Happy Sunday. Ooh, my hair's looking kind of messy. We will have Drayshawn Ryan here in just a second. Hope everyone's doing well. Just give me 1 second to invite someone else. Send to Messenger. Nick. Neener. Just getting this live stream up and running. Got one person in here. What's up, one person? How are you doing? How's your Sunday going? Let me throw in another blast. So, guys, it's just me and you. How's your Sunday going? Couple updates on the channel. Producing more content takes a lot longer than I thought, but we're slowly grinding that out. New podcast episode. We just filmed that. Me and Dre comes out this Tuesday. Coaching program still going strong. Clients happier than ever. It's been a fruitful Q4. Had to fire a client this week or last week, which was fun. Firing clients just didn't work out. 1 second. Yeah. Have you guys ever had to fire a client? It's always a fun thing to do, or not so much a fun thing. There's a lot of scope creep going on. And at the end of the day, I really wanted to focus on building out my own thing, building out my own brand, building out my own courses. Building a course is definitely kicking my ass, but it is a fruitful endeavor. So, for the 0 people watching right now, don't forget to like and subscribe. We got Dre in here. 1 second. Hey, long time.
Yo, long time.
It's been a minute, man. How you
I
doing?
have all these people buying my course out of nowhere. Like it feels super good.
Really? What'd you do?
Nothing. I don't know. Like I just got hella sales. Like I don't know. It's crazy. It feels good.
Holy crap! How many sales did you get in one shot?
Like it's just been super random. It's like super sporadic. Like 2 days ago, I got like 2. Then yesterday, I got like 2, and then today I got like 1, and then it's just been like weird. It's been just random. It's like I'm looking at these emails and I'm like, I've never seen this email before. Like who that's why it's like it's weird. It's just like
when you have a good product, word of mouth, it sells.
True.
And when you have real fans, it sells.
That is true.
Hey, what's up, Ray? What's up, Angelo? How's it going? We got in the green room. I got Nick Schlainer. What's up, Nick?
What's up, guys?
Nick.
Yo, we got Nick.
Yo, Nick, what's up,
man? Nick in the mix.
How do
you? I guess we'll keep it like this. This looks better.
Who is this person that just bought my?
Everybody has a hat in this live stream.
Because we're cool. Because we're really cool.
All right.
Question coming in hot. So I was just explaining before you guys hopped on. I feel like I was talking to myself. It was really interesting, but apparently Ray was listening. Thanks for listening, Ray. I recently fired a client. Ray? I don't know. I think he's your client.
Ray.
You're a coaching client. He's in our Slack group. He's not my client, so he's yours.
Oh, Ray. Yeah, Ray from my he bought my course. Yeah. Ray. What's up, Ray?
I was explaining how I fired a client, which Dre knows all about. Yeah. And Nick, I fired a client. He asked, how bad does it have to get until you decide to fire a client? Doesn't have to get too bad. In this case, it didn't get really bad at all. And we ended up, we we broke up pretty nicely, very professionally.
Oh.
It's just I know all the red flags, and it was taking away from things that I really cared about, and it was money, like too much scope creep. They weren't a good client. I thought there was something else in the beginning. I thought they had more systems in place, but they were way too startup-y, and it just wasn't working out. Way too much scope creep. I was dealing with very
more responsibilities than you intended, something like that.
Just so many, like, whenever. So, I mean, I've said this time and time and again, but whenever you have a client that is just super dependent and reliant on PPC traffic, they're going to be the worst client ever, because not only do they not know how marketing works, even though I was advising them to build up other systems, not only do they not know how marketing works, they're so annoying. Like every little thing, like, oh, it's been like 2 hours and
no sales.
For some, no, they'll be like, for some reason, our conversion rate's down. I'm like, the day hasn't even passed. It hasn't been a full like 24 hours. Or it's just like, for some reason, traffic's really low today. It's like, it's the ebb and flow of freaking business. The fuck?
What's
like,
going on, guys? I'm live on Cynthia's.
Oh, I thought he was talking to us. I was like,
my bad.
No, dude.
I thought I muted myself.
No, you're good.
Yo, well, if you didn't, otherwise we'd wonder what the hell you were doing.
Yeah,
I'm live on Cynthia's YouTube channel. Go to her YouTube channel right now.
So it was just like way too much scope creep, and
send me a DM.
They just weren't who they said they were, essentially. Like they presented their business to be a little bit more advanced, and then I broke it off. It's month 2. Yeah.
All right.
It was for the best. What's up, Angelo? What's up, Chris? So who's Chris? Chris is he's a coaching client, right? He's in the Slack group. Oh, he's on Slack right now. I mean, he's on IG stories promoting this shit right now. What's good, Chris? Chris says, Dre, I ain't forget about the video. It's taking place today 100% when I record. Make me a testimonial.
Yo, good looks, bro.
Make me a testimonial as well for being awesome. That's cool. How you doing, Nick?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's clients? How's things like that?
Going pretty good so far. Just
Yo, I had a dope conversation with Nick yesterday, man. It's been
we caught up. I haven't talked to Dre in a while, so it was nice. Like Dre and I caught up last night.
Yeah, it was super dope, man. Yo,
what do you guys talk about? You just caught up in general?
We were like, pretty much like. To be honest, we were talking about.
Okay, dude, you got an echo, man. You gotta fix that. Or is that on my end?
Me?
That's you.
Yeah, that's you. Yeah, we got the most crisp audio here ever, and it's
right?
you. It's like
all right.
Yeah, we got the most crisp audio.
That was super random.
How was that thing that you had to do with your mom, Dre?
Is that better?
So, the funny thing is that like I went downstairs and I was like, all right, you ready? And then she was looking for the paper. And then after she found the paper, she was like, you want to just do it at 9? And I was like, you told me 7 o'clock. You know what I mean? And then I was just, so we didn't end up doing anything.
That's funny.
Unfortunately.
I feel like my hat is like super crooked and it's freaking bothering me.
Yeah,
holy crap. It's fine.
Like, and rename.
There's like a shadow here that's making me think that it's hella crooked.
Yeah. Everybody, we all make our hats crooked and rename it the Crooked Hat Live Stream or something like that.
All right, you're on your own with that one. You make your hat crooked, bro.
Yo,
Drake can't make his hat crooked.
I can't wait until I get my new like PC parts and I build it, because like
it's gonna be insane.
It's gonna be crazy. It's nowhere near Nick Battle's computer though. Like his computer is on. Like I asked him because I I'm competitive, so I was like, yo, what do you gotta do?
You like that?
I was like, yo, Nick. I was like, yo, what parts do you have again? And then he was like, yeah, I got this, and this. And then I started comparing my parts and his parts, and I was like, damn, his parts like blows mine out of the water. Like I thought it was close, and it was like, nope. It's like, gotta try
Dang.
again, buddy. I'm like, damn.
Damn. So we got 5 people in here. The 5 people in here. Quick intro. My name's Cynthia. I'm a digital marketing strategist specializing in paid advertising, specifically Google ads and Facebook ads. I run ads for e-commerce businesses within the $3 million to $10 million range, hoping to or working to scale them in 20 million plus. I also work with coaching clients, help them do the same thing that I'm doing, specifically in paid media, help marketers level up. Dre, what are you about?
Yo, I'm Dre, and they call me Dre Fax Ryan. And I like
Sure.
coaching people. And I just had some really good food not too long ago.
Nice.
And I had some good food not too long ago. I've worked with huge companies, like Amazon, Aetna,
Right.
Cigna. Taking my time.
That's good. Take your
I have
time.
some water. right here that
Me
I'm about to
too.
drink.
Cheers.
I'm thirsty. Let's
Yep,
go. Let's
so
go.
do
Let's
I.
go. Let's drink
Cheers.
it.
Cheers. Let's go.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Wait. All right. I'm
All
late.
right. Wait, one more time.
All right. Cheers.
Boom. There we go.
All right. So I got some water right here. And I am building out multiple products, courses.
Got an empire.
Yeah, just having fun, just living life, just trying to have fun, bringing back Dre.
Yeah, you need more fun, bro. We had a Nick, me and
we had a heart to
Dre had a
heart.
serious conversation. I was like, bro, spending
Stop working.
spending 20 hours a day working, like you need to be like at least 1% regular. You're gonna go crazy.
Yo, yeah, but
work though.
nah,
That's a good thing. It's just
yeah. Yo, you know what? I'm feeling this lighting. Like the way this lighting is.
I like it, but
I
it's
like
only
it more.
when you face it that way, like where you're at, like now. Because when you face the camera,
then I'm
it gets too dark. So you gotta face
when
it
I'm
the
this
other
way.
Yeah, it looks
looks
nice.
fire. I like it.
Yeah,
Like this.
it's really
looks so
nice.
real.
It's a nice light.
I need to like figure out how to recreate this more. This looks really nice. I like the way this looks.
It's very easy. You just have one key light there coming at you at that angle.
Look. I get lucky. But yeah, no, that's me, guys. Nick, I'm gonna let you go ahead and you do a quick little intro, man. And
Nick, what are you about?
The mechanical marketer.
I'll do my intro, dude.
The Sam Ovens impersonator.
Oh,
do the Sam Ovens impersonation, man.
Oh,
okay. I'll do that in a bit. Okay,
Oh.
fine. Hey everyone, Sam Ovens here. And today I want to talk to you about the Consulting Accelerator.
Oh shit, you really got the Kiwi accent. That's hard.
I just did it. But anyway, my name's Nick.
Oh my god.
Anyway, my name's Nick
That's
Schulander.
really good.
As Dre said, I'm the mechanical marketer. I specialize in PPC, specifically Google and Facebook ads. I work with typically smaller, lower budget clients, and I'm mostly about fixing whatever their last digital marketer, quote unquote, optimized. Right now, I'm just living life, enjoying my early 20s.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
That is what's up, bro.
That is what's up. Yo, we gotta go to Vietnam next year.
What's in Vietnam?
Matt Tran, I don't know. All that digital nomad stuff. I don't know. We just all gotta take a group trip out to Vietnam and just, I don't know, find out how he makes his shoes.
When you look back to when you guys first started out, you ever
Yeah,
think
all
that
that.
you would be at where you are at right now? I guess I didn't think about it. Like I never thought about like, oh, where am I gonna be? Like I just always enjoyed the process of doing what I was doing, and then like whatever happened. So I think I have I have a lot of confidence in myself, but the reason why I have so much confidence is because like I do this stuff every day. So like it's like Kobe Bryant said, right? It's like he practiced every day. So when he'll be in a game and he has to take like a nerve-wracking shot that would be nerve-wracking for the average person. For him, it wasn't nerve-wracking because it was just another shot that he had to take. Like he did it every day in practice, right?
Mhm.
So what's one more shot? So for me, it just was more like I just focused on the process. I just focused on I don't know. I don't think I said like, oh, I'm gonna like work with this big company and this and that. Like that didn't happen to me. It was more so just like, oh, I'll see what happens. And then one thing led to another, and then I got to this point, and then it's like there's still so much more to accomplish. So when I started out, I don't think I was thinking about like where I was gonna go. I was just doing it. I was just going. What about you
Mm.
guys?
Say it was the opposite. I
Mm.
absolutely knew what I wanted. I basically got everything. I knew what I wanted, right? I knew I wanted flexibility in a career. I wanted to make over 6 figures. And as I went along, it got clearer and clearer. I did very much focus on the journey, but I always took a second. And even now, like I put more emphasis on taking a second to like think about the big picture. I
Mhm.
do care about my like where I'm going to be like in 5 years or what I'm, like that. I'm investing a lot in different portfolios just to make sure that I have my shit together by the time I turn 50. I care a lot about that stuff, and so I've always been really intentional, more or less. So I knew I wanted, like I said, flexibility. I wanted to have like a digital nomad lifestyle, but without like having to travel all the time. I just wanted to be able to make money wherever I was at, right?
Mhm.
And I wanted the freedom to say who I wanted to work with and for how much. So, and I got all of that. Now it's just taking it to the next level. Um, I think when I was in high school, I would never have thought like where I'm at now. You know, like high
Mhm.
school, I would be like, whoa. But 5 years ago, I'd be like, okay, I figured I'd be here more or less. And now I'm thinking, okay, where I'm going to be in 10 years from now. And I'm aiming for that. And I very much enjoy the journey. I very much enjoy the process. I try to become 100, not 100%, but at least 1% better each and every day. I'm constantly working on refining and just pointing out my areas of improvement. And it's just I don't know, that's just how my brain works at this point. Like kind of how you said, like it just, to me, it's just like, no duh, it's going to happen because I put in the work every day.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I feel. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. Like even in high school, for me, I was more so like honestly in high school, I thought I would be like a big esports player, but not because I wanted to be, or
Hmm.
not necessarily, but it was because I just happened to be the best in the world at this video game, and I was really good at it. So I was like, well, eventually, so this game is probably. I never saw that game dying, so I was like, eventually, this game is gonna take off. I'm probably gonna make some money off of this. But even in that time when I was playing that game, I wasn't even thinking about the money. I was just thinking about fun and just being good at what I did. Like I was just so passionate about that specific game to the point
Hmm.
where it's like even if I made like 20K a year playing that game, I think I would have been okay. Like I would have been like, oh, okay, I love this. Like I'm doing what I
Hmm.
love. Maybe eventually I probably would have been like, I need to make more money. But I think that would have came. Like I think that would have came with my status and with everything that I had accomplished. And like when you see these big guys like Ninja and all these bigger like esports players, it's just crazy. Like you have Ninja, you have Zero, you have all these big guys,
I have
and
no
just
idea
to
who you're talking about.
these guys are
I
like,
do.
you know what I'm talking about, right? Like
No.
they're huge millionaires in esports, like
Mhm.
multimillionaires. And my like when I compare their resume in their games to my resume in the game that I played, it's like literally putting like an atom bomb against pepper spray. Like my resume is so much better than theirs, but nobody will ever know about that because the game that I played died, right? So for me, it was just more so of I don't know. I just was enjoying that game, and I was just like, all right, this is probably bound to take off because I still don't think that there's a better game out right now. And I'm not even like when I was growing up.
You're going in on this game, bro.
No, seriously though, like when I was growing up, I wasn't even like a big gamer. Like I was more of a. I used to play basketball. I was into sports. I was more into, like, just like I was an athlete, you know, like I just played football, I played basketball, I did martial arts. Like I have a black belt in Shotokan karate. Like, you know what I mean? But just like something about this game just gravitated towards me, and I was just like, man, I want to play this.
So you would say that you completely, I mean, you ended up in a completely like something different. Like you wouldn't have imagined because your life was consumed with that game. You wouldn't have imagined that you'd be like,
Yeah, no, I thought if anything, I would be like, I thought if anything, I would be like a really big. I mean, especially since I was known all across the world. Like I was known in like Korea, I was known in like Europe, I was known in like so many like Egypt, I was known in like so many different places that I was just like, you know, I don't know. I just thought I wasn't thinking about it, but like it wouldn't have been a surprise to me if I would have
Mhm.
been like really if I would have got rich off of that game.
So what about now? Would it be a surprise where you're at now?
If I got rich off of that game.
No, you now
Oh, right
versus
now?
yeah. Would
No.
it be a surprise to you
Like if I
compared to high school? Like if you were thinking about that then, would it be a surprise where you ended up?
yeah,
It would be.
100%. Yeah.
Mhm.
Because the reason why it would be a surprise is because I never ever thought about doing marketing when I was younger. Like I never
I
ever
didn't know it
thought
was a
of
thing. Yeah.
yeah, I never thought about this ever. Like if anything, it was um it was the game,
Hmm.
or it was like being a mechanic, like or like
Damn.
yeah, because I'm also really good at like taking things apart and putting it together. Like I've
Hmm.
always been pretty good at that as a kid. And then also maybe like an electrician or something. Like I thought and a judge. Like I thought one of those things, like a judge or a mechanic or something like that along those lines. But I never thought about marketing. Like I never thought about like going into marketing because I always used to. I didn't really know what marketing was. Like I knew what it
Yeah.
was, but I didn't really know what it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Right.
I never used to think about it as like like when I thought about marketing, I always associated it with just sales. Like I was like, okay, I don't want to be a sales. Like I used to think that marketing was like just sales. You know what I mean? And so like at its core, you know. And
Mhm.
then and I was like, I don't want to be a salesperson. Like, I don't want to be calling people and like telling them buy this and buy
Yeah.
that, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's how it was for me.
I think for me in high school, I wanted to be a photographer actually. That was my
Mhm.
passion, photography. What
And
about
what
you?
wait, what
What?
changed? Like what made because you could still do that right now. So what I'm curious to know, like how did you go from okay, photography to like
Mhm.
this marketing thing?
I wanted to be an artist. What changed for me? I think the biggest change that happened was like my first year as a fine arts major, where I felt there was no real way to do anything of meaning. Well, not to shit on not to shit on artists. There was just like I was so what I loved about art was creating something from end to end, having clear intention into what I wanted to like have this piece like what I wanted the meaning to be about, all the different elements that I used in it to craft like this one message. And I found out that just pursuing that would honestly keep me poor. And I was a photographer and I would do a lot of weddings and things like that. And it honestly, like doing those things, like suck the fun out of all of it. And I
Hmm.
felt like I could never I was doing like a couple of internships here and there. And I felt like as an artist, like I was doing like studio internships and photography internships. And I was just like, as an artist, I could never just touch money. And I felt like everything that they were teaching me for my foundation year in college with in university at St. John's, I was like, this to me has nothing to do with like the real world, honestly. So I just felt like out of it and I wanted to get in the action and I wanted to get my hands dirty and touch money and be in business overall. I like that.
Hmm.
Um and yeah, I then I started I was just like, okay, so what is something that businesses need more than photography? Then that's when I dipped into graphic design and like web stuff. And then I was just like, wait, why don't I just like actually deal with the marketing? Because I'm talking about branding and stuff, but what about real marketing that like moves the needle? And that's ultimately when I found a course, and that's when I moved into digital marketing. And specifically found my passion in advertising, where I can marry like all of the elements that I liked about art within advertising. It's pretty cool. Plus sales and shit like that. I just love business. Like I feel like I actually feel like an engineer kind of. Like I can make things out of nothing.
Did somebody
But
say
what about you?
engineering?
Yeah, what about you? What about you? You're interesting because you're going to school for engineering
Mhm.
and you're a marketer, and this is like your side hustle.
Well, right now it's what pays the bills, so it's not exactly a side hustle. I guess to answer, when I first started out, I didn't think I'd be where I am now,
Mm-hmm.
but because I've taken a step back from where I was, but in a good way. Because, like, I tell you right now, I'm not making as much money from marketing as I was a few months ago or over the summer, but that was intentional. And
Mm-hmm.
And, back when I first started out, I could never just imagine doing that, like purging clients, like me being the one that would end a relationship with the client or just not want to take on a client in the first place. So it's like, it takes a lot of, like, in a word, strength to just walk away from clients you don't think are a good fit or to just basically know when to walk away.
Takes a lot of conviction and understanding what it like, just, I don't know, conviction, maturity, just honesty.
Yeah.
Just like confidence too in what you provide.
Yeah. I definitely, well, back in the day, I'd never expected I'd be doing this because what I'm doing right now is, in a way, marketing has gone on the back burner a little bit because for the past few months, I've just kind of been looking inward, just kind of focusing on myself. One, becoming a human again, which involves fixing my sleep schedule and stuff like that.
Nice.
But also just kind of, I've spent the last 2 years trying to get clients, figure out how marketing works. For the last few months, I've just been kind of not necessarily stopping, but just kind of slowing down, just really thinking about stuff.
Reflecting.
And yeah.
Do you feel like you're at a point where you're starting to get kind of bored, or
Not really?
I'm curious, what are your biggest insights from your reflection so far?
Well, without getting too personal, it's one, I did a lot of really fucked up shit a few years ago. I'm just kind of be a different person from that.
You did
Yes.
fucked up shit?
Yes.
Like what? No. Never mind. That's not something you want to
like related to marketing?
or like
No.
life?
Like just personal stuff. It's like,
You've done fucked up shit?
oh yeah, it's stuff that
like would it be fucked up if you told us? Like we've been exposed to some fucked up shit.
you would probably not want to be my friend anymore if you knew the kind of shit I did back in the day that I don't do anymore.
Oh, yeah, I'm so curious now. Like,
if you guys
wait, have you told me this before? I feel like you've told me.
I have told none of you that. I think I've told you guys that I've done fucked up shit before that I.
But like, I can't imagine like what's.
But
the
you've
fucked up
told me
shit?
like something
really bad. No.
Yeah, you probably don't remember, but I think I know
Does
what
it
you're
involve
talking
like
about.
lying? Because that to me,
No,
that's
it
not
does
bad.
not involve lying. No. I know what you did tell me. You did. You just don't remember.
If you guys are really that curious, I'll tell you guys offline. But
Okay. Offline, I want to know. I'm curious. Okay, so you're saying?
I think I know what it is.
Basically, the reflection, I like to call it me becoming a human again. Because.
So how does that like? So I'm curious to know, like, okay, so you did this reflection, and how does that like impact your decision with what you're doing as relates to marketing?
Because, well, it ties back to the question that Chris asked. Basically, when I started out, I would have never imagined that it would have taken time away and, basically accept a little bit of a pay cut in order to do that reflection. Because back in the day, I didn't really give a shit out about any of it. I thought it was all, what do they call it? Like woo-woo stuff.
Yeah.
How's that reflecting woo-woo stuff?
Well, I'm trying to figure out, like, I'm confused. So
I think he's not trying to get too personal into it, Dre. Yeah.
Basically,
But basically, he's done some
I wouldn't have
reflecting.
imagined that I'd ever be in a point where I could actually, take a step back
Yeah, I
and
get
just
it.
not be working all the time, especially in high school. In high school, oh my God, I just kind of just
Mhm.
floated through life, played a lot of video games, and
Yeah,
just focused
same.
on,
I didn't like think about anything too intensely
yeah,
in high school.
and
I wish I
focused
did.
on,
In
Wish
high
I
school, I
did.
was literally just like I don't know. I was just, I feel like I was in my own world in high school. I was
I
so
think
different.
everyone is just dumb.
Yeah, I was so
Like there's
different
no
than
way
now.
around it.
yeah.
Someone wrote, well, it's our boy Anthony. What's up, Anthony? How you doing? Like this video, please subscribe. What are you doing if you're not liking and subscribing? Seriously. And secondly, he says, same Dre. I'm gonna sneeze. I
Oh,
wanted
shoot.
to go through the esports route when I was into Counter-Strike. I didn't know, I've heard of esports being a thing, but I didn't know it was like an actual viable option.
There's
Yeah, there's
Tekken.
Yeah.
Tekken is a thing.
esports is growing. I think esports is actually like bigger than sports right now. Like
Well,
it's
probably is
crazy.
right now because COVID.
Yeah, it's
But
not.
I know a
No, I
few
don't even think it's because of COVID. I think it's just like
in general.
that's why Quentin Allums is going into esports because he sees
Which
a
one is
massive
he?
Quentin, he's the guy. Like I interviewed him on my YouTube channel. He had
Uh,
he had a
Cool dude.
video production company, but like he's really big into esports because he sees, especially like how Fortnite has changed everything. I mean, look at how much money people are winning when they win a Fortnite tournament. You know what I mean? Like people are becoming millionaires off of one tournament, like one single tournament. You know,
it's crazy.
Wow.
I know a
nuts.
few people back in high school and like the first year or so of college. I can't remember when they did this, but they ended up moving abroad. It was somewhere in Asia to like basically pursue trying to get famous off of esports. One of them even succeeded, at least in the sense that he can pay his bills, that he can make a living off of it.
Why
And then,
why
funny
do you
enough, about a year ago, I got contacted by this one company. I didn't end up working with them, but I thought their idea was really interesting, at least in concept. It was
Mhm.
basically physical therapy for people who do esports and stuff like that. Because if it sounded
What?
a little bit
Sorry.
weird.
It's just
It's because
maybe for
it's because like
like
if
for their cramping from
yeah,
sitting.
stuff like that. It's
or
basically
or
yeah, because
wait,
if
what if
we're
it's
just sitting down all day, and it's kind of the
They
natural
need
extension of, like, texting
physical therapy for digital marketers because that's all I freaking do.
wait, what if they're doing that because of VR? What if there's like VR games where you have to like I never played a VR game, by the way. But like what if there's VR games that you have to like jump around? I don't know.
He's saying there's physical therapies for people staying in one position for too
Oh,
long.
one position.
actually.
Oh.
Yeah, pretty much.
So that's what I'm saying. They
It's
need
to
physical therapy.
counteract the effects, stuff that could happen to you from doing that too long.
Holy shit. That's crazy.
It was an
That's
inter- It was an interesting idea.
That's wild.
I never did get to work with them though, because it turned
Yeah.
out at the time they couldn't afford me. But if they
Mhm.
did, that would have been really interesting to just kind of explore that industry.
That's wild. Yo, guys, everyone in the chat, 4 people watching, like, subscribe, ask us some questions. You got some very, very, very interesting marketers here. Got the mechanical marketer. We got Dre, the SEO god. We got me. Dre says I'm the princess of paid advertising. But that doesn't have really like a good ring to it.
It sounds good.
Yeah.
BRB.
All right, I'll take it. No problem. So yeah,
It's like,
guys.
that's your default until you come up with another one.
Yeah, help me come up with a new name because that one, I don't know, I'm not feeling it 100%, but it is what it is. So you're taking some time to reflect right now, right?
Yeah.
What
I have been
would
for
you-
the past few months.
What would you say in the current clients that you have? What are some ways in which your reflection has actually helped their accounts, if anything, if at all?
Mostly the clients I still have, for the most part, their accounts are doing well. But I was able to more or less put them on autopilot, except for obviously the Black Friday and Christmas stuff. But yeah, because of that, because They all like it because I'm getting them a high ROAS, and they're small e-com stores, so that's pretty much what they care about. But,
What's the spend like for them?
let's see. I have a whiteboard behind this. Basically, with one exception, none of them are spending more than $5,000 a month right now.
Wow. So you charge hourly for stuff like that?
Nope. Flat rate.
Wow.
Flat rate with
What's
a
the
pretty.
range for your management fees?
I'll tell you offline. But
Why not? I'll tell you my management fees.
offline, you tell it
No,
offline.
I'll tell you now. It's not a big deal. I start at 3,000 and I go up from there depending on spend.
I'm not anywhere near that. But basically, it's a small account, so I don't charge as much for a management fee. Where I make most of my money is the performance bonuses. Normally, the way I do it is if the ROAS goes over a certain amount, usually the default is 4, but some where things are going really well, I think it's like 5.
Mm-hmm.
Then I get
It's a revenue share.
more or less, yeah.
How do you split that? Do you like split 50-50? All revenue made past 4 times return?
I think for most of the time, it's basically 60-40.
60-40 you or 60-40 the client?
The client gets the 60.
Hmm.
Now, technically, it screws me over because I get the 40. But if I go over the 4 times ROAS, usually they're making so much, like a percentage of that is so much money that I'm okay with it. And I'm in a low cost of living area, so.
Not bad.
Do you primarily focus on like local clients, like
Nope.
people that just want ads locally?
No, he said he works with e-com businesses, smaller ones.
Mostly, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I used to work with different ones. I used to work with a few different ones. I had an app company, but I've purged them all. This wasn't intentional, but after I, got rid of those clients, I figured out like pretty much all of my leftover ones happen to be e-com.
Well, what's your favorite clients to work with?
E-com,
like industry,
bro.
I should say.
E-com.
What's your favorite industry?
Well, technically e-com because that's where I have the most demonstrated results.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone asked, Anthony asks, what red flags do you look for / ask to filter out bad potential clients? I'll share my screen real quick and I'll show you some questions that I actually asked a client to see if we'd be a good fit or not. I asked them what's their average monthly advertising spend, what platforms are they currently advertising on, their average traffic per month, what other marketing efforts are they investing in, and why are they looking for a marketing partner specifically now? Like, I want to know why you want to know what's the urge right now. Did everything turn to shit and now you're reaching out to someone, I want to know all of that. Also, if they're just focusing on PPC, that's a good indication that they're not a good client because they don't understand the entire marketing engine. I want to see like how, obviously advertising spend is a big one. If they're spending over 50K, this is someone I want to pay attention to, right? If they get a certain amount of traffic per month, that means they have a good brand. So those are the actual qualifying questions I more or less ask. And I'd want them I have them answer that even before I get on a discovery call, generally speaking. And then on the discovery call, that's when we figure it out, see what works,
I was actually talking to this so Terry referred this client my way, and in the beginning of the call, like she was a great, like towards the end, like it was she had me hyped, like you remember.
Oh, is that the one? Okay,
yeah. In the beginning though, like it started off kind of weird because it was like like she called me and then we were talking about COVID, and then after we were talking about COVID, somebody called her on her phone, and after somebody called her, she was like, she answered her because she's running her business or whatever, and she answered her phone and she was like, hey, she was like, hold on, Dre, hold on a second. So she answers her phone and she's like, hey, and then she's talking to this person, and then she's like, can I call you back later because I'm on a call right now, but if it's really important, I could just call him back. So when she said that, I was like, first I was thinking to myself, okay, I wonder what kind of person she's going to be, because I was thinking more or less that if she's saying that she's just going to call me back, it's like she's saying that I'm just going to be available for her to call me back.
Yeah,
that's how I was thinking.
She doesn't value your time. Yeah.
Right. So that's what I was thinking at first. So she came to the call. So that's why initially I thought, I'm like, okay, maybe she's not going to be a good fit. Cause when, so she came back to the call. And then when she came back to the call, she just started like talking and doing all this stuff. And I was like, whoa. Like she started like, she's passionate. Like she's extremely passionate, but she started telling me like, this is what I'm looking for and blah, 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 blah. I was like, wait. Let's take a step back. Let's do some
I always do
intros.
that. Yeah, I
I was
always do
like,
that
I
with
was
client.
like, let's take a step back. I want to do a quick intro. I want to tell you about me,
About
and I
your
want to know who
business.
you, and I want to know who you are,
Mhm.
and like, you know what, I have a couple questions that I want to ask you before you start telling me what you're looking for, right?
Yeah, I
So,
always do that. I'm like, tell me, I want to know about your business. I want to know the story behind it.
right.
Why'd you, what's the story
That's
behind this entire business? Because they always like, oh, I spend this amount, everything happened. I'm just like, well, let me take a step back, build some context here, and let me get to know you as a person. Because the same way you're qualifying me, I'm
I'm
fucking qualifying you.
qualifying you. Word.
and I feel like that's
So-
something
you're
I feel like that's
legitimate.
something people forget a lot of times if they're just talking to a potential client or interviewing for a job, because
Yeah, every job interview I went on, I asked them questions. I interviewed them.
Same.
oh
same.
yeah,
Yeah.
So the thing is like when she was like, so long story short is we started getting in, like we started talking, and then she started telling me how like she grew her business, like because she used to work at Facebook, she worked at LinkedIn, she worked at Adobe, she worked at all these big companies, and she has a background in SEO, so she knows SEO, right? And so we were talking, and as we were talking, like she was telling me, she was telling me about her background, and she was telling me what she was looking for, and she was telling me how she was the first bakery ever on the internet, and then like everybody else came after her, and she was just telling me all this stuff, and I'm listening, and I'm like, okay, cool. And what was really fun though, like as I was getting to know her, was the fact that it became a thing of, at first she was like, she was talking, she's good, like she's good at SEO, she was talking really good, really good game. But then like I think that I kind of challenged her on some of her ideas or some of her thoughts and some of the ways that she did things. And when I did that, I think that's when the conversation went from like her being up here to her being like, oh, okay, this guy is he's the real deal, And I think after she realized that the conversation was so good, like we started talking about all this stuff, and then we went from even talking about SEO and business and all this other stuff to just talking about like random, like just like we were just having a conversation. Like she was telling me about how she's 52 and like how like people think that Beyonce is like the ideal. Like she was telling me something about Beyonce. We're talking about like all this random stuff, but it was like such a great conversation to the point where it was like, to the point where I was like, oh, I think I would enjoy working with her. Like I think I would enjoy working with this person,
Yeah. That like my sales calls. So it's a certain mindset that you have to have and mentality that you have to have with sales calls. And my sales calls are essentially like, if it's a good call, it's a good sales call. It's simply a good conversation.
oh yeah.
It's a meaningful and good conversation.
Mhm.
That's
Sometimes,
and I love that.
yeah. Sometimes, like over the summer, there was this one sales call I did, and he basically said he couldn't afford me. But funny enough, after that, like even though I knew I wasn't going to get the sale, and I kind of figured that would happen, like we still had a good conversation just about freelancing. So if you're doing it right, it's kind of a win-win. Obviously, if you end up closing them, then you become a client. That's good for obvious reasons. But if you don't, there's still a good conversation.
Yeah, and then you also it's just a way to get in your reps. Like it's a numbers game. You just have to get on a certain amount of sales calls. The thing is, like, I'm at a point, I know Dre is at as well, where I don't it's not that I don't necessarily, I think I like sales calls to keep me sharp, don't get me wrong. But it's not something that I'm aggressively pursuing because I'm not trying to take on any more clients. So I'm even more picky. And I like before I got on the call with this guy, just so happens that it also went really well. And it's crazy because Dre mentioned me for his client, and then I mentioned Dre for this client. I was like, I got an awesome SEO dude. And it was like one of those things where it was just a 25-minute discovery call, and I never go past that, because it's a free call. But this one ended up being an hour, and I was happy about it.
Right? Those are the best.
Yeah.
And and it they really want to work with me, even though I keep putting it off. I'm just like, I don't know if I can give blah blah blah. No, we'll make it work. Like blah 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 blah. So I was like, fine. I mean,
It's crazy because that
it's
lady
always
told
funny. That
That lady legit told me, like, she was like, look, I'm vetting like 20 agencies, and I'm the only like consultant that she's looked like individual consultant that she's looking at. And I'm like at the top of the pyramid in comparison to all the people that she's spoken to. And
That's
she
so
sent me,
crazy.
it is crazy. And she sent me like all the audits that they did.
I think
She
about it,
sent me,
doesn't seem crazy at all.
I asked her, I
I'm
said,
saying it's crazy because that's the same thing that happened to me in this call. That's why I think it's so weird. Like,
It's
if you
nuts.
told me that, I think it's like really weird. Like, it
It's
just like
crazy.
freaks me out. Like, why are we like, are you twinning with me right now? Like, what the fuck? It's
She-
That
so
wasn't
weird.
surprising either.
Yo, she legitimately
Yeah.
like sent me all the
Wouldn't.
audits that all the other companies gave her, and I didn't look at all of them. I'm not gonna look at every single one, but I
Mhm.
looked at like a lot of them, and I was looking at them, and I'm just like, yeah, these audits are just they probably have like some, like, most of these agencies that did their audits, they just have some tool.
Template.
Yeah, it's just some tool that they're using that has their logo on it, and then they're
Yeah.
sending it over to her and saying like, this is what's wrong with your website. But there's probably so much more wrong with it. And I didn't like look into it yet because obviously, like, I don't do audits unless I get paid. So she sent me that. She sent me that first to be like, okay, look at this audit. Tell me if there's enough information for you. And tomorrow, and like, I'm gonna hit her up tomorrow. Like, yeah, there's not enough. There's not enough information. Like, these audits aren't that great. And I think she should know that, like, because she knows SEO. So I think she was just like,
She's
when I
probably
pulled,
testing you.
yeah, I pulled up one of my audits in front of her, and I was like, all right, because she was like, she went on this whole rant of like, I know what I need, I know what I'm doing, I know this, I know that, and I was just like, okay, let me show you one of my audits. And then when I showed her the audit, she was just like, damn, there's so much information. And I'm like, yeah, like, look at what I'm analyzing. This is all the stuff I'm assessing, you know. And I was like, and also my audits are a little bit different. Like most SEO agencies and stuff like that, or just like SEO people in general, they just look at SEO. I look at the whole big picture, like the whole, like your whole everything that's in place for you,
I
like
look
your
at
marketing.
the entire like user journey from
Exactly.
from inception all the way to closing the sale.
Yep.
And also, so a lot of agencies, and I take some of their kind of approaches and I kind of like make this giant like Frankenstein from it. But a lot of agencies do like a checkpoint, like a checklist, more or less, like a. They just check if, okay, are you using custom audiences? Okay, you have custom conversions on Facebook. Oh, okay, good. You're using CBO on Facebook. Okay, you get you get a score. Like, are you using? You know what I mean? Like, are you
essentially?
Yeah, is your conversions tracking firing off correctly? Check mark. You know, what's another really interesting one? Yeah, so more or less that's basically it. And what I do is actually try and solve actual problems with the account and go as in depth as I possibly can if I really want to close the account. Thing is, I'm doing something new where I am offering like an audit and overall strategy and then actual setup of the campaigns for a one-time fee, and then upselling consulting calls if they want me to assess anything else. But usually I give an audit for free. That's my sales call. Like you saw my sales call. That's my audit, my sales call. And it's usually like, I don't know, PPC audits are also way less in depth. They're way less in depth. They're not as like
No, there's
robust.
too many.
Yeah.
There's too many like things. There's too many like rabbit holes when you start auditing one thing and then you're looking at all this data and Screaming Frog, and then you see like just all these like these status codes that needs to be fixed, and it gets really it can get really in the weeds, and
yeah,
and that's why you really need to charge for that, because it's too much sometimes.
Agreed.
You know.
Agreed. Ooh, someone said, oh, okay, that's Sin's offer. What are you referring to? And 4 people watching right now. The live stream is not hot, but our conversation is.
Yeah, word. This is a great convo.
We are. And 4 people watching right now. Please subscribe. Please like. Please follow these other lovely people who are actually on YouTube. Tell them your channel name, please.
Yo, Nick, I'm actually curious to know, like, what's your like process? Like, so somebody comes to you, do you audit their account as well, or like, what do you do?
Okay, basically what I do, obviously I'll do what I'm supposed to do. Like if it's a Google Ads audit, the first thing I'll look at would be the Google Ads account, figure out what's not happening in the Google Ads account, and then whatever other data they give me access to, I'll look at that to try and figure out why something is going wrong in the account. It's like, you'll notice, I guess I'm oversimplifying, but what I've noticed is that at least in the e-com world, there are only 3 things that could go wrong with any ad campaign is no impressions, no clicks, no conversions. And
no, there's way more problems than that. That's just the baseline. I think that
they are the basic, they're categories. So what I do is I look for basically which one of these is going wrong in the campaign, and then I'll look at the website, pull up some SEMrush, and
you mean for like just Google Ads though?
Yeah,
like that's what you're auditing in Google Ads.
Yeah, basically, I'll look at the dashboard, figure out what's not happening in the campaign. It's like, is the click-through rate shitty? Are they not getting impressions? Zero in on one of those, and then you look at the website, and then try to figure out why that is.
I usually work down ROAS, conversion rate, CPA, click-through rate, then impressions. I mean, I look at all those things, but I think there's like with e-com, there's a clear
hierarchy.
Hierarchy in priority of metrics to look at.
Well, ROAS is the top. Like for me, ROAS is the thing you want to look at the most. Every other thing you look at is essentially to figure out why the ROAS isn't where you want it.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like you have this. Okay, so here's why this is. This is it, and then all the little pieces that lead up to that, right? And then you can even break it down even further, like we were talking about within ad groups, keywords, the types of campaigns that they built out or lack thereof. It's usually lack of testing that I've seen. Yeah. Ray asked, do you think there's a skill gap in digital marketing in general? Like easy to enter, but not many master the skill set?
Yes, 100%.
Really? I think actually it's not that hard to get into anymore, in my opinion. From the jobs that are desirable. I think it's actually harder to get into.
I think it depends.
In getting it, do you mean like get in on entry level?
So he's saying, do you think is a skill gap in general and digital marketing in general? So it's like it's easy to enter, but not many people like level up. I think he's saying
really excel. Well, it's certainly harder to get in than it was a few years ago. But at the same time, I think there still is a skills gap because this is something I talk about millions of times. Is that a lot of people, they say they're marketers, but they're not really marketers. They're basically Google Ads technicians or Facebook ads. And then in SEO, they could basically be like algorithm technicians.
They're usually like content people, actually. I feel like I've seen.
He means like
that's a skills gap right there.
The people that like are really in the weeds, like all they're focused on is like, how can I manipulate this algorithm? Like, how can I like, what I mean?
I think you see it a lot within a lot of. There's a difference between a worker and then like a manager versus a director versus the owner, right?
Right.
There's a lot of worker bees, and that's the technicians and that's the content creators or the coordinators, the marketing coordinators, things like that. Even marketing managers to an extent, that then they start dipping into like higher levels. So there's always a dip. Like there's a clear like what's the word when like there's a clear drop off. Like it's very hard to be director position when you're so siloed in technical work.
Yeah, it goes like this, where most people in general are over here, which is like the worker bees, and then it goes. And then the amount of people.
I would say it's like an ascension, right? Because it would be the opposite, right? So everyone stays here in the bottom, but that's just with everything. That's not just with marketing. Everyone stays in the technicals, and then they actually don't level up. So the highest that they'll get is like a pay raise here and there, but they don't know how to actually utilize the skill set to generate more income for themselves.
I think also like there's a lot of factors to whether or not digital marketing is easy to get into. It depends on the context, right? Like if you're talking about
and where you are,
there's so many things. There's like location, there's like what you want to do. Like, do you want to go to a job or do you want to start your own affiliate site? Like, right? Because the entry to start an affiliate site is not hard, right? or like, do you want to? It's just so many
I
different
think
things.
the biggest one though is like your background, because I've seen the most people that have the hardest transition have no technical background or digital, like they're just not digitally savvy at all. So that transition is the roughest for them. But so I've seen it work really well. Like I have a client who's an IT person. He transitioned into digital marketing. It's not so bad. He's more or less digitally savvy. He can figure things out. All he does is troubleshoot within IT. So he kind
Yeah.
of transitioned kind of nicely in the technician role.
Mm-hmm.
But meanwhile, I've worked with someone who's in education, and that's a lot harder. Or even like Dre with security, like that's harder, you know?
Yeah, because you're not. It's harder to transition into, but I also feel like
That was the case with me too, as a
it
photog.
if you go build a website right now and you start like trying to practice every day, that is like, if you, I don't know, if you rank one website and you run some ad, like you make some money off of that site and then you start running some ads, then it's again, like I said, it's like context, right? It really depends on what you're trying to do. Like if you're trying to get a job, I think it's harder now than it was before to get a job. But if you're trying to just start and do something and just
Mhm.
do something today, I don't think it's hard. Like you can go make a website right now and practice. You know what I mean? And
That's a good
also,
point. That's a really good point.
right, and also, while it is harder, like let's say you do want a job, while it is harder to get a job right now, I think that if you start, you practice, you get some reps in, you get good at it, and you can show that you know what you're doing, you can make it so easy for yourself to just get in, really, because you're still competing with people who are coming out of college. You're still competing with people who might not know anything about this. And honestly, I've seen that, and just even in general, most of the people that even I've hired are just really good communicators. Like if they can communicate, right? Because that's the thing that I stress. Like I don't I don't think learning the skill set is hard. I think how
It's
can you
being able
articulate
to
Not at all.
relay the information.
exactly, right? Like how can you articulate this to this person? That's why I think so many people get caught up in when they're asking these types of questions. They get too caught up in the technical stuff as
Yeah.
opposed to focusing on the soft skills. Like if you're a good communicator, you already have a leg up, in my opinion, in trying to get a job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
But
focus
I
on
think
that.
Yeah, I think it's like, so there was like a question in the Slack group from one of my students, and they were just obsessing over, naturally, like you're just reviewing this for the first time. I think I was like really perplexed by quality score, right? They're just asking. I mean, I'm gonna read it right now.
Yo,
And
I
it's
gotta
not
get the
even,
quality score up. I gotta get the quality score higher.
I mean, it's yo, it's crazy.
But I was that I want before you go ahead, I want to say that too. Like I was like that too. Like I was so
It's normal. It's
yeah,
absolutely normal. But
because
if
I
I could
thought
go back, I would tell myself, listen, focus on the impact for the clients. But the
Mhm,
thing is, like, they're also learning each and every end of it. Like, I mean, I do talk about quality score with some clients, but it's usually the bad clients
Yeah.
that I recently fired because they
Or the
care
in-depth
about quality
ones.
score. Yeah, and it's just like, like for example, you're not gonna get quality scores when you're running like a competitive campaign. You're not gonna get good ones, at least. It's just
mhm,
natural, right?
mhm.
Um, Sometimes even when you do have high quality scores, like that,
It sometimes things just don't work even with the high quality score.
exactly, like that's not
Like at
when
the
you
end of the
gotta solve
day,
a problem for the
s-
business.
the main thing is a lot of times, at least in the smaller e-commerce world, the main thing is ROAS.
And the
So
big
all
ones
your
too,
other
ROAS
yeah,
and CPA, that's
and
really all that
so
matters.
so every metric you look at is really in service to try to get the ROAS where you want it to be. Or if it already is where you want it to be, you look at the metrics to make sure it stays that way. And if it's not where you want it to be, you use the metrics to figure out why.
Right. But a lot of times when you move into bigger accounts, now the strategy is to scale while maintaining more or less. When you're looking in the chunk of like a quarterly basis, you could say. So a lot of companies, they'll have quarterly goals and they'll say like, okay, we want to actually scale. We're going to sacrifice profit month 1, month 2 in order to kind of regroup month 3. Like that's a strategy that I have a lot with clients.
Right.
Scaling, like boom, we're going to sacrifice CPA is going to go up a little bit. ROAS is going to go down. And, but we're scaling, we're getting more traffic. And then the next month, like remarketing really kicks in or something like that. You know?
It's basically scale ROAS, pretty much.
Generally speaking, but sometimes shit just happens in the best ways, like COVID. Like, for example, for one of my clients, and this is the one that I paid you to do the audit with Hardhead Veterans, they just like rocketed during
I noticed that.
Yeah, during COVID because of the protests, and they sell ballistic helmets. So a lot of people were, you know, a lot of what's the doomsday preppers type people, you know, things like that. Yeah.
I think one of my friends actually has one of their helmets.
Oh,
you
really?
Remember my friend Bacon? He showed up in a few of the live streams and just in the comments section. He is a prepper at heart. He spent a weekend at my place a little while ago. That was one of the things he brought and wore everywhere. That freaking helmet.
Yeah,
and I realized when I was looking through the
people.
Yeah, and when I was looking through the site, I saw one of the helmets. I'm like, wait a minute, that's the same one that Bacon. And I asked him, hey, does this helmet look familiar? He's like, oh yeah, that's where I got. I'm like,
oh yeah, Hardhead Veterans. They're a great brand too. I've been with them for the past 3 years. We've worked really hard to build up brand, and that's how, you know, like when you really look at the end to end of things, that's why my approach, I call it like brand driven performance marketing, because we're looking at not only profit but building a brand down the line, and sometimes we have to sacrifice profit in order to build the brand. But yeah, starting off, you get really, like with Google Ads specifically, you get really caught up with like different like phrase match versus broad match modified, and at the end of the day, like I don't like, you just get so caught up, you just have to test to see what works. I don't know, a lot in my accounts, a lot of what's working is like broad match modified, just going super broad and just letting the machines dictate that. Yeah, and that seems to work a lot. But tests, sometimes it doesn't work for other accounts. People get super caught up, and the reality is like, think about why you're setting up these systems in a certain way, you know. Solve a business problem. Anthony wrote, what CRM do you guys use? Anyone try Go High Level? I have not. I think Dre, didn't you?
No, I never tried that.
No, I use Honeybook. I have a
go get it from her affiliate link.
If you're gonna sign up for Honeybook, I use it. Like, I can even screen share with you one day, like, because Anthony's my boy. You can look at all my shit. I don't give a shit. And I use it for proposals, contracts, and then invoicing. It's all in one. I think it's better than Hello Banzai. I think it's better than I like it better than Wave Apps. I used to use Wave Apps. And yeah, I highly recommend it. And if you're going to use it, Anthony, hit me, because I can help you out with a proposal if you want. I could show you some examples. Only Anthony, no one else. Just kidding. No.
Go High Level.
Yeah. If you are gonna like look into that, I have an affiliate link. So,
suddenly.
Yo. I gotta
ease into
it. Help a sister out, okay? I'm hooking you up with the facts. I'm hooking you up with the knowledge. You can help me out. All right. What's up, Jay?
Yo, Jay.
Jay says it's not hard at all, bro. What are you talking about?
He's talking about
marketing.
He's talking about I think he's talking about getting into digital marketing.
Like I said, it very much depends.
I think, Jay, didn't you reach out to me when you were starting out?
I feel like Jay reached out to a little bit of all of us, right?
Well, that's exactly what he should be doing.
You're right, 100%. You tell him, Nick. You tell him. Yo, how do I get my affiliate link off of this stupid thing?
I don't remember.
Oh, I got it. All right. I'm gonna throw it in the chat right now. Anthony.
Yo, Nick, I'm so curious, because like we always talk about this, like all of us, like all three of us. But I'm just curious, like, so what's next for you, man? Like, I'm just so curious.
I'm pressing Nick on it, but I think he's figuring it out.
Like, what do you? Yeah, because I'm just curious. Like, I feel like we just I've just seen you grow. And like every time I talk to you, it's like it's something you're doing something different, but also it seems like now you're at a point where, you say you're doing these reflections and all this stuff. I'm just curious to know, like, what's next? Because you're still so young, bro. Like, you're so young. Like,
I'm not gonna
what's
lie
next
with
for
you,
you?
Nick. Like, I've talked to Dre, and I'm just like, damn, this dude is like, if he really wanted to, he can murder it. But I could tell he's not really. You know what I mean? It's not. You're either figuring it out. I think it's that you're figuring things out, or it's just not one of those things that you really care about. But I think it's on the former. Like, you're just figuring it out, right? Yeah. Which is normal at your you should.
More or less. Right now, I'm just trying to enjoy my early 20s because once those are gone, I can't exactly go back.
I feel you, but I feel like the best way to enjoy your 20s is by finding your passion, finding what it is that you could see yourself doing for the rest of your life. And that takes time. That might take your whole entire 20s. That was the case for me. It took up a big chunk of my 20s. Because I think the worst thing I've ever done, which is what I did in high school, is just coast. And everything I do now is to overcompensate for the loser slacker that I used to be. Because I feel like I wasted so much time. That's me personally. If I could go back, because I am very, very, very ambitious and I love it and I will never stop for anyone. But that's only because I feel like I wasted so much time.
Meanwhile, I'm over here. I'm like, I was telling Terry yesterday. I was like, yo, and actually, when I was talking to him yesterday, I was like, I hope he's not getting annoyed by what I'm saying, because I was like, what's up, Terry? And we were talking, and I was telling him how, like, recently I've been at this place where it's like I still enjoy, like, I like doing SEO, but I get bored of talking about it all the time because I feel like everybody tries to overcomplicate it, and it's really like if you want to rank a website or a web page, it's really it's not that complicated. Honestly, it's not that complicated. It's not as complicated as everybody tries to make it seem. And like when I see all these like people on YouTube and these gurus, and they're like, "Yeah, you need to do click-through rate manipulation and manipulate all," like it
funnel hacking.
Yo, it just drives me so nuts.
I hate the word funnel so much.
It drives me so nuts because like,
let's go get the funnel then.
Because click-through rate optimization really is a big factor, but I just feel like the way that they try to like make it sound like this like complicated click-through rate manipulation, and they're talking about how to fake it and how to like send fake traffic, how to send fake traffic to a page to get clicks, and then like everybody's like
that's
talking
not going to work for very long because Google's algorithm's only getting better.
Exactly, that's what we talked about in our podcast.
Yeah, like
invalid clicks is a metric in Google Ads, and Google they're like going to get better at identifying those.
So my whole thing is like I get bored of it, and I was telling Terry, I was like, man, like I kind of get bored of talking. Like I don't mind doing SEO, but just talking about it's like I get bored of it sometimes because it's so. I guess because it feels so obvious to me. It's like I just know it. Like I just know it like the back of my hand, right? And so he was just saying, he was like, he told me that's why he quit digital marketing, because he felt the same way. He was like, he quit digital marketing and went into business development because he just got bored.
That's how I feel as well. I mean, we both talked about this, right? Which is why we're talking more about leveling up and career advancement and mindset and biz dev for marketers, because it's just like, geez, it doesn't require that. And I'm sorry if this is like belittling, but I certainly don't mean it to be this way, but it doesn't require that much to figure out how to run a successful ads campaign.
Nah,
you know, and there's only so much depth you can go behind that. But the best way to optimize an ads account is to optimize the business.
The business, yep.
So that's why I really enjoy business.
That's why, and that is why I like doing the audit for Hardhead, because I'll tell you right now, it's probably
great business.
Yes, and even on a more granular level, I work with smaller businesses than you guys do. And so a lot of times when I look at an account, I'm used to finding at least one really stupid thing that they're doing, like a really weird landing page. Like I have seen landing pages that are worse than the one we saw in the live stream earlier.
Jeez.
So I'm basically point is I'm used to there being at least one serious thing wrong with the account.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, focus on that. But with you, there are very few of the obvious ones, and so I'm like, okay, it's a nice challenge because I'm used to being able to just stop at step one. I'm like, okay, let's go to step 2, 3, or 4, or 5.
Yeah, I think it's hard to audit an account that's already well optimized. So the challenge with auditing in a very optimized account, this is what my students, because I give them access to my account, so I'm just like optimize. I mean, come up with suggestions, and they're just like, but I don't know what else to give, like what suggestions to give. I feel like every avenue's been explored. This is where you can get creative now, and
that's
the reason why exactly. This is why
that's a limiting belief. That's like saying people.
There's always something to test in an account, always, and that's why I love.
Not even in the account; it's the business. I mean, saying I don't, there's nothing else to do. That's the equivalent of like people in the late 1800s or early 1900s that would say, "Oh, everything that can be invented already has been."
Right.
That's great perspective there.
So there is really no difference between those two anymore.
Exactly. So getting a fresh pair of eyes, which is why I value a business coach, which is I value you looking at my accounts. It's just like getting a fresh pair of eyes because I've seen it a million different ways for the past 3 years. I've also got other people to audit, but I'd like to keep it fresh. I like new ideas, new perspectives. It enhances my overall strategy, especially when I'm focusing on growing the business as a whole.
Yep.
It's only natural that some things slip the cracks.
Yeah. So when I was telling Terry about all this stuff, I was thinking about. So I was asking him. I was actually. This is where I was like, I hope I'm not offending him. I was like, yo, man. I was like, you're like 42 now, right? I was like, you probably don't feel that old, right? Like I'm like, cause like I can't wait till I'm your age. And I said it like that, and I was just like, wait, is that offensive? And then I was just like, and he's like, dude, like, he's like, bro, like, why do you want to be 42? And I'm like, I'm just like,
yeah, that sounds like something any 42-year-old would say.
And I'm just like, dude, like, I just want to have like every single experience that I can have by the time I'm 42 right now.
I'm not gonna lie, I feel the same way. So I understand.
You feel it? Yeah, you get it? Like, I'm like, I want to have every experience. You know what I mean?
I looked forward so much to 30, like low key, and I turned 30 next year. So I was just like, I'm actually genuinely looking forward to it because I feel there's just like a certain sense of
you're just gonna get like throughout your journey
wiser,
you get wiser
and
you get
it's
better.
So awesome. And because like I look at, I don't know,
because look at Terry. That's my whole point. Like that's why I was asking him, like, yo, you're 42, but you probably don't even feel old, right? Like that's what I asked him.
Maybe.
And I was like,
yo, maybe that kind of like.
Yeah, I was like, you're 40. And did I told him like, sorry,
bro.
Then I told him I was like,
you probably don't feel old as shit, bro, right?
I was like, sorry, man. I was like, sorry if that sounds offensive. And he didn't respond, so I probably think I offended him. But like I was genuinely curious. I was just like, man, like I can't wait. And he was just like, he said something like, I think he said like, I just feel 42. Like I think that's what he said. He's like, I just feel 42. Because I was like, you must feel like you're 20. Like you probably don't even feel that. Like it's not as bad as people say, right? And I think he was like, I just feel 42. And then. But I don't know.
But I think my literally like that. Like you just feel
it's a number.
It's a number. And
it's like who decides what 42 means?
But also like one thing is
maybe not
that I don't think I haven't felt it yet, but as you get older and something that I see with my dad and like things like that, like your energy is different. So there are certain things that you do really want to experience. Like, okay, so we're talking about laying down foundation and like Nick earlier in our podcast episode, we were talking about the value of relationships, right? And so I think now in your 20s, the best thing that you can do is develop those relationships. Yeah. And it's not necessarily like being a player, but it's like enjoying people and like, don't bring out the old Dre either. But I'm just saying like, you're so wrong with enjoying a nice dinner, a nice steak and some wine with great company. And just so happens these are
somebody
two
say
adults
steak?
making a decision.
Wait, are you eating steak, bro? Wait.
No, I have one right here.
Wait,
Right out of-
you just have like, or you just have
Just
steak?
have a random piece of steak.
I was
That's what white people do.
no,
You just have a piece of steak.
I was eating some because I was getting hungry. Because remember before?
Oh,
when
right,
you
right. I
messaged me, I'm like,
interrupted
oh,
randomly. I was just
No,
like, oh,
no.
you want a live
Oh.
stream?
no, it was like basically when
I'm
you said want a
crying.
live stream, I said give me a few minutes. That was so I could finish this steak.
Oh,
It was just
okay.
it was just funny because he was just like, did someone say steak? And then you picked up you, you picked up the
This is like
steak.
him when
If
he
you
like
think, if you
this is
think
him
the
when he
steak
like
is
put
funny,
on a suit randomly and shit and like glasses.
if you
Yo,
think the
5
okay,
people watching right now.
what?
If you want Nick to wear his suit, if you
Yeah, put
5
on the
people
suit,
wa-
Nick.
if you well, hold on. There has to be. This is the call to action. They have to,
it's the blazer.
yeah, they get the reward once they actually fulfill the action. So Nick will wear some sunglasses and a blazer right
I'm not doing
now
the
for
sunglasses
you.
anymore.
If you
I'm doing-
like this video, if you subscribe, he might throw in a little dance. I don't know.
No,
I don't know. He said maybe. So
If-
please
okay.
like this video.
If
Please
you like it, I
subscribe.
will turn into a professor or my best impression of one.
He's gonna do his Sam Ovens impersonation. It's really good. He has a good
Actually-
Kiwi accent. It's really good. Don't
Actually,
take
you
that
should
away
hear
from the
his
boy.
you should hear his Andrew West accent.
God, I haven't done that in a while.
Nah, I don't want to. That's weird.
Oh my
No,
god.
that's weird. That's weird. I don't want no.
Hey, what's up,
that's weird.
Andrew here? I haven't.
Nah.
I'm rusty.
Also,
as
I
fuck
also
on that
don't
one.
watch his stuff. Like I don't really.
There's
know
no
him.
stuff left anymore. You notice he deleted all his videos.
I never
Well,
followed
he,
him. On
he did.
YouTube,
Yeah,
to
he
be
didn't
honest.
delete it, but yeah,
I never followed him.
he put it on unlisted, but
Yeah.
I guess it's deleted.
Yeah.
All right, I don't know
If
nothing
you
about
think,
that. But
if you
yeah,
think the
guys,
steak
if you want Nick to dance
I'm
and
not dancing.
to do a Sam Ovens accent, which is the New Zealand accent.
Say New York.
Um,
What do you say? What do you say? You gotta say that.
Oh, if
Oh,
you want
God.
Nick,
no,
if you want Nick,
no.
if you want
I
Nick
am
to
not
say some
doing
New York, like
Fuck
New
that.
York,
I am
classic
not
New York
doing
saying, all you have
No,
to say
no,
is,
no, no, no,
all you
no.
have to say is it's your boy Nick. That's
Yo,
it.
wait, what did you
Dead
say
ass.
again? Like, what
He
did I
said
make?
all
What did you
that.
say?
You made him say everything.
That was so long ago. That's crazy.
It
That was
too-
like my
it was-
best memory of Nick ever. Anyways, Nick will
Oof.
speak full New York accent, right? If you like
Which
and
one?
subscribe
Like,
Wait, you said
and
which
also
one?
dance and also wear sunglasses and also wear a blazer. All of the above. Ivy Arbolado. Ivy Arbolado. I don't know if I said your name right. Sorry. She just liked the video. I like you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. You're the best.
You think the steak was weird that I just have steak? You should have seen when Dre and I were catching up
She
last
says
time.
you're
Did you say you're?
Oh,
she
boy.
liked this video. Let's see. Did we got new subs? If we got a couple new subs, Nick
what
will
What was
we'll
your
speak full New York slang.
Look, guys. Look. All right.
Type it out for him so he knows what to say. Send it to him on Messenger on Facebook. He's
Como-
responsive there.
Listen. Como el video. Como el video. All right.
Are you
Like
trying to say
this.
like?
Yeah. Como el video.
That's not like is like como is like saying the word like, not like this
I
is
just like,
like
use the trash.
no, I know, but it's a different like. You're
All right. Wait. Is it
you're saying
Gustar?
like
Is it Gustar?
oh yeah, I don't know. It is
Gustar.
gustar, like I like a mí me gusta.
Gustar el video.
Gusta este video.
Wait. What
Y
what is
suscribe.
what is como though? Wait,
Okay,
it's the what
it's
type
like
of like?
it's saying the word like this looks like that. Eso se ve como eso, or like
Ese se de como eso.
sort of, yeah.
Okay.
Talk
Eso
like
se-
Jordan Peterson. Lobsters. That's I don't know what else. to
Who's
say.
Who's Jordan Peterson?
Damn,
He's
you
the
gotta
12
we gotta put you on.
Life guy, something like that.
12
Who?
rules for life. Yeah, you
Sort
gotta
of.
you gotta look at Jordan Peterson. He's pretty dope. He's my favorite liberal conservative. I'm a big Jordan Peterson fan, guys.
Nice.
Yeah. So Ivy Arbolado. She says you're
Ivy Alvarado.
Arbolado.
Alvarado.
I don't know. She might just be Asian. I don't know, like Filipino or something.
Alvarado.
How do you pronounce your last name, Ivy? And Starberry. Who's Starberry? Is that person working with you?
That's Starberry's a guy. That's Ricardo.
Oh, that's Ricardo right there.
I think. Yo, Starberry, you're Ricardo, right?
I
I think
certainly
that's
hope.
Ricardo. Yo, Ricardo, just change your YouTube name, bro,
Yeah,
to Ricardo.
please, like, Starberry, I keep thinking you're chick.
Yeah, that's what happened to me last time.
Oh, Ray wrote, it's been a fire stream so far. Thanks, Ray. Thanks for the insights. I appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by. Like and subscribe. Follow Nick so that he can speak some New York slang. You know. Oh, Ivy's Filipino. Wow, I was good. Arbolado. Arbolado. Yeah. Did I say it correctly? Arbolado. She's Filipino. Are you a lady or dude or non-binary? Let me know before I get canceled.
Probably a little late for that,
Dre,
Sin. I've seen the last live stream.
You were there? Damn, I got hella canceled. I was going off. It was that Bacardi, bro. Nah, it was that Barcelo, that Dominican rum. Is there anything left in here? We'll find out.
Go.
There's nothing in here. No, nothing. I drank it all. Ivy's a female lady, whatever. That's cool.
Yeah, that's definitely Ricardo. Okay.
Ivy, thank you for subscribing. I like you. You seem like a cool lady. I like your last name, and I like that you said you're.
Ivy, join our Facebook group.
I think she is on our Facebook. I think I've seen this girl. I think she took Isaac's course. I think she took Seth's course, and then I think something like that.
Ivy, let's see.
Ivy, what? How are you doing today? What are you up to? Where are you at in your marketing career? And also Starberry, aka Ricardo. What's up with you? Also, Anthony, how are you doing with your clients? Yeah, I feel like I've seen her before somewhere. I've definitely seen you around. Nice to have you here. So, guys, any questions for the 3 people asking? Because apparently she is in the course. And she is in the group. She did take Seth's course. That's awesome.
She's from South Penn. All right, never mind. I'm not even gonna attempt to say that. I don't even know how to say it.
That's cool. Where are you at in your marketing career? And if you have any questions, let us know. You got some really great marketers here. One marketer is kind of an engineering student, but eventually he's going to come to the dark side.
Ooh, doing freelance SEO for a couple people. Dope.
All right.
Ooh, wow, nice.
Yeah, I like that.
There's this course that I know about. It's a pretty fire course. It's an SEO course by this SEO.
I wonder who is it by?
This SEO guy. He's pretty fire, but highly recommend that course. If you want to kick up your SEO skills, you got to take that course.
Just
in my humble opinion.
Courses. DreSeanRyan.
You need a better one. Okay, courses.
I'm actually thinking about changing the URL.
Make it regular, like DreSeanRyan.com/courses. Like, why are you making a subdomain?
Yeah, true.
DreSeanRyan.com courses.DreSeanRyan.com.
Yeah.
/ anything.
No, just go to courses.DreSeanRyan.com. You'll find it.
Also, bro, what's good with the affiliate link? You wilding right
now.
Yo,
I have to make one. You know how many people are asking me for? Like, no, you're right. Yeah, I'm gonna make one. I'm gonna do it tonight.
I've been promoting your course.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yep, same. Same here.
Also, it's like it's rare that you find a good course in SEO.
Yeah,
I have yet to find.
I haven't found to be honest. I haven't found I haven't found a good SEO course really. Like,
guys, I'm actually in the midst of building a Google Ads course. But it's more like I'm really working hard to make it like a couple, like everything, right? Specifically for freelancers as well. And then also have it like different modules that have kind of like a low key, like biz dev, like selling it. And I'm also looking to partner with a influencer in the space, fellow marketer, who who has a decent following on YouTube. So stay tuned for that one. Obviously, Nick, I'll look for your very astute criticism for that one.
Mechanical.
Your mechanical criticism, indeed.
Yep.
Ivy says, Sean, I watched your interview yesterday with Ryan Stewart. Such good content.
Appreciate you.
It was really good content. That was a good interview. That was a great interview.
Everybody said that was the best one. Like everybody who watched it told me, like out of everyone, that was the best one.
I think Q was.
But I think it's also because if you think about it, the questions that I asked them was so different than what I asked the other people. Like what I asked Mike King or what I asked other people. Yeah.
New York accent. Apparently, Anthony wants me to do a New York accent.
All right, the people are asking for it, Nick.
You want the blazer too?
Yeah, and the glasses.
No. If you want that, spam the comment section.
You think we need all that?
Yeah, we need that. We need that.
All right, guys. Do you want him to wear a hat and a blazer as well?
Okay, not the hat.
Not the hat. All right.
That hat I was wearing.
No, I feel like the hat would help get into character. I don't know about the blazer.
All right, hang on.
The hat will help you get into character. Dre, you're gonna have to type this out for him. He needs a script.
Oh, Nick.
Do it phonetically too. Super phonetically, all right?
Do it phonetically the way you want him to say it. He has to say your Nick. Dead ass follow me on the YouTube.
Yo,
you have to it has to
Nick.
Now he's getting a hat now.
He's getting the hat.
Fully committed. Like you need to be fully committed to this too.
Yo, hold on. I got you right now.
Thank you. Anthony says 10 out of 10 content. Yes, this is good. I only work to provide you guys with the best of the best content. So please like and subscribe. And by the best of the best content, I mean repurposed talks and live streams. Yo, content shit is hard, bro. I don't got time for all of that. I feel like people like live streams because it's real, you know?
Yeah.
It is hard,
bro. All right. Yo, what? I look. I look good.
Did you? I said
wait. We need to
go with the hat. You need the hat.
We need the dark shades, bro. The dark shades.
You do need the shades. Wait, Dre, focus on writing this out phonetically for him.
Yeah.
Yo, do you really need a script?
He needs a script. He needs to be able to, okay, so is that a snapback? That's not a snapback.
Oh, you have on a hat? Oh, he's upgrading.
Yeah.
Okay, Dre, let's make it a surprise for the viewers. Send it to me on Messenger or something.
So you got to send it to him on Messenger, guys. Nick is he's gonna go full New York accent, but like not like oh I walk and I talk and I live in New York. Like he's gonna go full like real like New York, like the shit that we're from. No like OD cursing, okay? You gotta pull out everything. You gotta pull out the dead ass. You gotta pull out the year, and it has to be a long year. Like the year needs to have like a very. You gotta put some capitals towards the end so he can accentuate it towards the final parts.
Oh man, I'm gonna look at this script and be like, "What the?" Yeah, okay.
You'll be good, guys. While Nick is prepping to put on his best New York accent, I would implore you guys to ask some questions. You know, we are looking to make some A1 content here.
Yeah, guys, this is an AMA after all. How about you actually do that?
He just fired at all y'all and he roasted all y'all. So just listen to the kid. That's all we're asking. We just want to answer some questions. You just want to provide some value. What are the hardest things that you guys are dealing with as freelancers? Asking the people in the chat and asking, I don't know, you, Nick. I think you're just figuring it all out, right? You're just like, I want to enjoy my life.
More or less.
Yeah. Right
now things got a lot easier because I did, I purged a few clients and the ones I have are usually the easiest ones to deal with. What?
No, I'm not looking at you. I'm laughing at this.
He's writing it out.
This is gonna be a good one.
Anthony Yee says he's having the hardest time with sales calls.
And
Outbound is tough, but you
in
know what helps
terms-
sales calls, bro? Having a strong personal brand. I
Yep.
cannot stress this enough. When your perceived value is up there, your sales calls are smooth.
aren't really
like
sales
others.
calls.
Right.
Oh, objections.
You look like objections. Well, you won't have nearly as much objections if you prospect before. So make sure you have a good website, bro. That's really important. Make sure your LinkedIn is tip top. Make sure you're actually putting out content that
Right.
positions you as a thought leader within your
Well.
space. And then when it comes to objections, I would say like the result of the sale is always a lead up of everything. It's like a dance that starts from the minute that they send you some kind of request or the minute that you reach out or whatever the case is, right? So when it comes to
Actually, it's actually 2 questions. Dre, this script you're gonna send me better live up to the expectations, because you are hyping it up by just randomly breaking out laughing. Anyway, getting back to Anthony. Okay, well, I guess I got 2 questions. 2, how were you getting the leads? Are you just like cold calling or cold emailing? And 2, what are the 2 most common objections that you get?
excellent questions, Nick. Exactly. How are you reaching out to them and what are their objections? We can even do a sales roll call if you want. Like you could be the client, but you can only speak in a New York accent.
So I gotta speak in the New York accent. Then I gotta get into character. I haven't done any acting in like a decade.
I took it easy on you, bro. I took it easy on you.
All right, let's see. Oh my God.
You got it. All right, Anthony, hold on. Guys, hold on for your questions, right? Hold on to the questions. Keep asking them. We're gonna answer them, but right now, I would like to take a quick break to bring to you New York Nick. New York Nick is hardcore New York.
Nah, bro, you gotta do it. You gotta do it.
You already said you're gonna do it. You gotta say it.
I know. Gotta.
All right. We're gonna pause this AMA
Hold
to
on.
bring to you New York Nick.
I got
boy Nicholas.
Okay. Oh, give me some more samples to work with real quick. I'm gonna read over this real quick.
What's some samples? What do you mean some samples?
And the type of New York accent that you want me to do, because there are a few, aren't there?
Just you could. I mean, I guess like the way that
I talk, the way we talk, like just
it's like the way we talk when we're low key with each other.
Okay.
Like you're like, what's good, son? Like, yeah. All right, go ahead.
Okay, shouldn't this first Y and the E be?
Nah, just bro, just
all right.
Okay, everyone. Wait. How many people watching now? 4 people that are watching right now. You're in for a treat. You're in for a real show. You guys are so lucky. We're giving you A1 content. This is Nick all the way from Seattle. It's your boy Nicholas here, and he's gonna go full New York on you.
In there. You gotta say everything in there.
He's going full New York on you. All right, take it away, Nick. Take it away.
All right. Yeah, what's good, son? I'm about to go get a bummy from across the street because I'm dead ass thirsty right now. It's great kick outside. This chick fronting on me right now, but it's all good. When I get the whips, gonna want to pull up. She's getting me tight right now, and she kind of ratchet. How about a cup of bacon, egg, and cheese, though? Are you not entertained?
Nah, you gotta say it one more time, bro. You gotta say it.
Okay, what specifically?
No, you gotta say the whole thing one more time, like just one more time, bro. You did a good job. Like just slow it.
Good. Wait, how about let's give him a section to start off from, though.
No. I need feedback. Like, what specifically do I need to improve on? Obviously, I can't obviously break
just slow down. Just slow down,
right?
Oh, okay.
And like really feel it. Like this chick is really ratchet, and you're just like, son.
Yeah, you gotta
bro. Like
so
you
just
really
kind of
feel
just relax it a little bit more.
Yeah, like don't be afraid to suck your teeth. Like don't be afraid to like.
All right.
Like, yo, this chick is ratchet, son. Like, what's
she broke your heart, bro.
Yeah, like, go ahead, bro. Go in on her.
That's what that means.
She's wilding on the gram right now. You really got to feel it.
Nah, ratchet don't mean that she broke your heart.
Well,
But
what? Okay, what does
It
that
could.
mean? 'Cause
No, I'm
hard.
saying she's
It's hard for
ghetto.
me to get into character if I don't know what
It's
that
she's
word
ghetto.
means.
She's ghetto.
But it could be like
Oh.
I'm saying she's
Yeah,
so
yeah, it could be.
ratchet.
No, I
and
know
it's
what you
breaking
mean,
your
but
heart.
he doesn't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
ratchet just like she's on some hood shit. That's all.
All right, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Slow down though. Slow down.
Yo, what's good, son? I'm about to go get a bummy from across the street because I am dead ass thirsty right now, but it's brick dick outside. Got this chick fronting on me right now, but it's all good. I get the whip. She's gonna want to pull up. She's getting me tight right now, and she kind of ratchet. I'm about to cop a bacon, egg, and cheese though. Oh,
Hey,
God.
Sid, when's the last time you heard somebody say a bubby? You like
Yo, that like threw me back. Holy shit.
there's a bubby from across the street.
Yo.
Yo, I'm
Nick,
dead.
that was really good.
In the next live stream, I got to do the same thing to you guys, but instead of that, it's Hawaii.
Oh, I'm with it. That's cool.
I don't even think I never heard somebody from Hawaii.
What do you say? Like,
speak. Like how do you speak?
what do you do?
Hey, bro, want to go get some kind?
Ah,
Okay.
like some
There's-
Hawaiian shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like speak like Hawaiian or whatever the fuck?
It's you speak the kind.
What?
yeah, that is exactly how I feel with some of these words in New Yorkese. So next live stream, you get to
Just
you
be
get to
aware
see
that's only like certain parts of New York.
I know. Same thing as like this is certain parts of Hawaii.
Wait, what do you speak in Hawaii? You said what? One of the kind.
The kind.
The
You probably won't get that if you Google it, but if you lived in Hawaii like I have, you'll understand it.
Were you born and raised in Hawaii?
I was born in Hawaii and I lived there nonstop till 5 years. And then from then on, I would spend summers there. Because my dad still lives there.
Where's your mom live now?
Washington.
Seattle?
Yeah. Yeah, right now I'm in eastern Washington. So basically, I'm in the part of Washington that borders Idaho.
I think I'm broken. I don't think I can laugh like that ever again.
What?
I think I'm broken. I think I'm dead. That's it. Like, you know, when people send you like the little skull emoji, I think I'm truly dead. Truly dead.
Aloha.
So, yeah, I'm dead.
Yo, I think I'm about to hop off, guys. I gotta
Yeah, same.
finish up some stuff. But
Yeah. It was
this
awesome
was
catching
dope.
up with you guys.
yeah, it
Likewise.
was dope.
Thanks
It
for
was
the
dope.
live stream. Thanks for the laughs, Nick.
Yeah, for
Appreciate
sure.
you.
Anytime.
Nick always makes a live stream a live stream.
Facts. Say that.
Bye,
Nick.
Anthony.
Yeah.
Nick,
By
just
the
say
way-
that one.
Say facts.
Facts.
That's easy. Facts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
facts.
facts. You gotta say it with a period, not with a question mark.
Facts.
There you go.
Gotta
Thanks
go
for
get a
the
bum.
10 out of 10
Oh,
content.
10 out
Nick.
of 10. Thanks for
10
the
out of
5-star
10.
review.
Yeah, Anthony, go follow Nick.
I gotta get the bummy from across the street.
Thanks for tuning in, Ivy.
It's all
Take
good, though.
care, all of you. Bye.
All right, guys.
All right. See you guys.
Wait.
What?
Wait, and like Nick.
Oh,
Yeah, like you gotta.
end the broadcast.
I'm
I'm
curious
end the
what
broadcast
you were
right
talking
now.
about earlier. What you were
Yeah, I wanna
talking
go
about.
back to Nick.
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay,
You know,
end the
it's like
broadcast.
that.
End the
Steal
fucking
a
broadcast.
car and like murders. Okay. All right. Bye, guys.